Hello, my name is Stuart Mease, the Executive Director here at Wake Forest Employee Relations. We're back at it again this week, giving you an update of the current status of the college recruiting market. And I wanted to share with you some of our findings this week. First off, we want to talk about internships, those students who may be still seeking internships. I wish I had a better message for you, but these are kind of stabilizing now. Most of the employers have found their needs for the summer. So far, what we've seen is about 46% of the employers that we've been in contact with said that they're keeping the internship programs. Again, they're going to be virtual. They're going to be more condensed around to a shorter time frame. And about 40% of those that had internships, they are no longer having those. So I'm sorry for the students that has been affected by that. I think there's some suggestions we're going to have for you based off of data and employers. So stick around to the end of this video. We'll share that with you. And there's about 14% or so that are still on the fence, or the information is kind of inconclusive at this time. We've not been able to confirm their plans, so we're still monitoring that as well. But the internship time period is pretty much drying up at this particular time. So stick around for the later part of this video. We'll give you a couple of things that you may do as an alternative. In terms of full-time opportunities, what we're seeing is that it's been pretty stable. About 77% of firms are planning on retaining their full-time hires. Many are beginning to delay their start dates. About 13% have canceled or rescinded full-time offers. So that puts more people out there on the market. We want to be helpful for those students as well. And there's about 10% that are really on the fence about a decision. Some may be trying to buy some additional time. They may be looking at how the reopening may affect. So we're still monitoring that as well. In terms of student engagement, this is some interesting data we kind of pulled together here. In 23 of the last 24 days, so this is since April 14th, handshake logins for Wake students have been more than twice as high as it was last year at this time. It's about 108% increase. And during that same time, though, applications rose only 31% year over year. So this indicates that students may still not be able to find exactly what they're looking for in this one platform, which is Handshake, where we post most of our jobs, or all our jobs. And in terms of postings, they've actually, in that same time period, over the last 24 days since April 14th, in 23 of those 24 previous days, postings declined versus last year. Same period, which is ironically also about 31% if you look at all of those together. So our wonderful employer relations outreach team has done a fantastic job of trying to fill the gap by sourcing opportunities at other places, and I'll share a little bit of that here in a minute. So industries that have openings, it's again the same things that we've been talking about: food and health, retail, supply chain, IT. If you got the skills, people are still going to hire you. Financial services, you've seen a little bit of uptick as it relates to responding to the CARES Act and PPP programs and so forth. Some of the clients may need help and services with. Business software, still hot. Companies that are hiring, there's wonderful sites. If you search Andrew Seaman on LinkedIn, he has a complete list of announcements that have been made by hundreds of companies. I would go to that site, just search LinkedIn, Andrew Seaman, you'll find that report. So having said all of this in this condensed format, what should seekers be doing right now? We were on a call with Shamir Economics, and they reported that class of 2020 graduates will have a hard time landing, especially right in this second and third quarter. And they expect more graduate school attendance of these students, as well as more business startups. That's some of the information they were finding. Data also suggests seekers who want a job or internship must apply more as competition increases for these positions. We also see that the market is changing by the hour. Opportunities are very much subject to change. They come up and go down pretty quickly. So seekers must act very quickly to respond to those opportunities. Data also indicate from what we're seeing, from what I'd shared before, is that Plan A is probably no longer available with some of these sexier employers that have hired numerous students in the past, and therefore seekers must be open to Plan B, Plan C. And as I was alluding to earlier, data shows that most of the opportunities that we've been able to source for our students are mostly from non-Wake employer network. So these are some of the several 300, 400, 500 of our top employers historically. It's outside that list. And we see that applications for those 1,000+ opportunities since the pandemic started had received only about 700+ applications. So we're seeing and encouraging students from the data to apply to more Plan B companies moving forward because those are some that are available. Employers also indicate that in some outreach we've done with these top employers, that students should be creative in filling the gap by learning a new skill, organizing a summer business endeavor, taking on projects. This whole idea of upskilling is becoming a theme moving forward. Employers mention that students should practice telling their story around their experiences and how they adapted during this time. They feel like this is going to be very important when the recruiting season resumes in the fall and even into the spring of 2021. Employers encourage students to be open-minded and flexible with virtual recruiting options. In-person interactions are obviously preferable, but unrealistic at this time. And students should still work to build relationships with employers, not just wait like maybe they've been in the past of waiting until they come on campus, but actually seek them out. And here is the bonus line, big takeaway for those that are seeking, is that those who show adaptability during this time will be the ones that will stand out in the process, showing your ability to adapt. And then finally, a nugget that I'll share with you for the class of 2021, again from Shamir Economics, they'll say they report it's still going to be tough, but those students and seekers that will have an easier time if they're pursuing opportunities in kind of the professional services sector where specific skill sets are in demand. And as they say, and numerous reports indicate, employers saying this, is that upskilling will be an important differentiator entering the market. If you have a billable skill set that is needed to perform a particular function for a company or organization, that is going to make you stand out. There's many resources out there, companies that are offering free online training for certifications and other technologies and skills, and we highly encourage you to take advantage of that during this most unusual time. So that's kind of what we're seeing right now from a data perspective, from an employer perspective, from full-time employment, internship employment, applications, student engagement, postings. We try and break it down into a 5 to 10 minute video here for you to digest that on a weekly basis. If you have any suggestions, any thoughts, we'd love to hear from you. Send me an email, mises@wfu.edu. Comment on our YouTube channel and LinkedIn channel where we post this. But until next time, hang in there, keep going. It's gonna get better, and we look forward to speaking with you soon. Thanks.